experts. It is now time for our master class of the day. And to help us with that is not just anybody. You know it. He is our international trainer that comes to us with over 40 years of experience. And he is that six-figure ring earner, member of the ELC, that is Executive Leadership. And he is the first shareholder in the US of A, none other than the man known as everybody's coach. We're talking about Erik Robinson.
Woo. All right. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, today you're going to want your pens and paper out because we're going to talk to y'all about some great stuff. But before we get there, I got a couple questions for y'all. I need to know, team, how y'all?
Fired up.
Fired up. Can't hear.
You might be too loud for us to hear.
Come on, y'all.
You can't hear.
And team, what's up?
Bye.
And what's the other question you got to ask them? Green sheet? Who gets your green sheet? You got to ask them. And team, who gets a green sheet?
Everybody gets a green sheet.
Get your green sheets. Everybody get your green sheets. Get your green sheets. Everybody get your green sheets. Get your green sheets. Everybody get your green sheets. Get your green sheets. Everybody get your green sheets.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Kiss. Woo! Yeah. Come on now. Are y'all ready?
Let's go.
Yes, we are.
Now y'all gotta let me know when y'all ready, because I'm telling y'all right now, we got something coming for y'all. We got something big. Hold on. Is this better? Y'all hear me better now? Yes or yes?
You good?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, cool. Mic check. I'm telling you, I got something for y'all today. You know, this is going to help y'all out. This might not be a note-taking call, but this is definitely going to hit some of y'all on y'all toes. Now, here's the thing. When you speak truth and fact, I learned this from my pastor yesterday. It sometimes sounds like I'm speaking to you. I want y'all to be okay. I'm not just speaking to you, but when you speak truth and facts, it may feel like I'm talking to you. So don't get emotional, because I might be talking to a lot of y'all today. Are y'all with me? Y'all ready? You know, I was thinking about what makes somebody win. Because if you start to build a large team, you're going to start to hear a lot of reasons and you're going to start to hear a lot of excuses. Now, sometimes your reason becomes your excuse. What do I mean by that? How does your reason become your excuse? Well, the reason I can't jump because I got 2 broken legs. So maybe I can't jump or dunk a basketball because I got 2 broken legs. Are y'all with me? That's a valid reason. Now, those same 2 broken legs, you can well, I can't jump, I can't play sports because I got 2 broken legs. Oh, they got some sports now, right? They got the special Olympics for people with no legs. So there's something you can do. So don't let your reason become your what? Excuse. All right. Now I use that. Now let me start to speak truth. Erik, the reason I can't never attend any of the trainings and the meetings because I got a job. I got to work. Anybody heard that one? Okay. Well, there's a replay. Yeah, but when I come home, I'm so tired. I got to fix food. I got to do this. I got to do that. So your reason that you got a job now becomes your what? Excuse why you can't do nothing for your business. And people start to believe their own reasons, and they typically believe their excuse. So you don't have to believe your reason. Your reason is your reason. But the excuses, you got to sell that to yourself. I got a job, so I can't be on the calls in the morning. Okay. You ain't got to sell that to yourself because you are at work and the calls are maybe in the morning. But maybe some of y'all are driving to work. You ain't at work yet. I heard somebody tell me, hey, Eric, I'm getting ready in the morning, so I can't get on the morning calls. What the hell? They got to do anything. Put the phone on and listen. Oh, yeah, but I'm like, okay, sometimes you come on a Monday, you come on a team huddle, and you don't have your camera on. But if so don't tell me you can't get on a Zoom without the camera on because I seen you do it. Matter of fact, we're on a Zoom right now, and you ain't got your camera on. What? So sometimes people will make those excuses. Excuses got to be sold. Reasons just got to be told. Ooh, she said, so y'all gonna catch that one. Excuses have to be sold to you and somebody else. The reason ain't got to be sold. It's just got to be told. Eric, won't be here today going to a funeral. No problem. You just tell somebody, boom, 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 bam, done. Can you fill in for me? Bam, no problem. Excuse, man, because I'm so, now when they start giving you the sales pitch, that's an excuse, ladies and gentlemen. So you want from a leadership standpoint, how do you determine when somebody's giving you an excuse versus a reason? The excuses they start selling. Well, they got a picture to you. You feeling me, Troy? They got to wind it up. They back here. They throwing that pitch. You think they're the MLB or something? I'm like, oh man, you walking to the mound. Sometimes I can see him walking to the mound ready to pitch. They ain't even got the ball there. I can see the way they walking to the mound. They walking up there getting ready to pitch me. Oh, here come the excuse. Here come the excuse. Oh, fastball, bullshit. Excuse me. Uh-oh. Here come a slider. Oh, that's some crap. That's a slider right there. They did whoa. And some of y'all swinging and missing at that stuff. I don't even swing at those. I just go, okay. Your excuse, your outcome. That's it. I got a thing my pastor taught me. He said, tell your kids, your choice, your invoice. Meaning you make the choices, you pay for it. I didn't do this. Now, mom and dad, can you do this? Can you do this now? We got to pay for it. Your choice, your invoice. So when they start winding up, they start walking to the mound, they start getting ready. You can hear it coming. Those things like that. And because, no, I don't know. I don't know. Because I watch my wife work a 9 to 5, come back home, work her business all the time, working during lunch break. She's on the calls and things. So I don't know what it's like for somebody to use their job as an excuse. Because I watched my wife build a business for the last 15 years while working a career. She does it so much, some people forget she even got a job. So I don't hate on the job. I hate on the excuses. Are y'all with me? I don't hate on the job, I hate on excuses. Eric, you come to the conference? Nah, because I just came back from the Bahamas. That's gonna make me. You think that's a reason for me? Well, you gotta go to the Bahamas, right? Because this time the deal was just too good to pass up, man. Okay. Sounds good to you. Don't sound good to me. So y'all get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
The reasons have to be told. The excuses have to be sold. So I started saying, what helps somebody become successful? When you reduce and start to eliminate your excuses. When you reduce and start to eliminate your excuses. See, there's a certain type of person that wins in business. See, it's not the A type of personality. People think you gotta be an alpha male. Alpha. I don't even buy into that crap. The alpha, that's an alpha. I don't care, right? To me, that's a fraternity, right? I don't listen to all that. People are people, but it's some characteristics that people who succeed resemble or possess. And here's the thing, I want to tell you something. And I'm talking about in business. I ain't saying you're going to be a failure in your marriage, your life, whatever, your job, your career. I'm talking straight up business, and I'm talking about the business we're in right here. with life insurance, annuities, and investments, being an insurance agent, being a life insurance agent, right? So when you're a life insurance agent, you got license to sell annuities and investments, right? Annuities, right? Life insurance and annuities. And some of y'all get securities license to sell investments. But I'm talking about this business, Inexperience Financial Group. What are the things I see the people do that makes them successful? Y'all ready? It's a difference between resilient and resistant. Seems similar. Resilient versus resistant. See, resilience is a higher level than resistance. When I'm talking, especially when the heat comes, when it's under heat, under pressure, certain elements, no matter what the pressure you give it, they are resilient, meaning they can withstand the heat and still keep their form. I said, you know what? Let me go look up a couple of different type of metals. Tungsten. You can burn tungsten, and tungsten is a high temperature element. Tungsten, which is a W. I don't know where they come with the W on the element table, but tungsten, you can burn that thing, and it's very rarely it's going to keep the shape it is in. Tantalum, Ta, is a high melting point. Man, this is stable. It said the chemical is stable when it's hot. Right? It's a high melting point. It's kind of hard to change that. Ooh, some of y'all ain't catching that. Now, they use this in certain surgical instruments in high temperature alloys. Chromium is melting point 19,000 to 3,500 degrees or 3,500 degrees. Fahrenheit. It creates, it's crucial in creating heat-resistant alloys like stainless steel and nichrome. I went ahead to go study this part of it. See, these are some heat resilient. They keep their form under pressure. Now, some things are heat resistant, but the heat resistant ones, which means it may have a high pressure, but it begins to melt, right? Some things will begin to melt when the temperature gets hot. Doesn't mean it's a bad thing, but when the temperature gets hot enough, there's some things that melt, like iron. Iron is strong. Before it can make a strong iron, right? Strong. But when melted at a certain point, iron does what? It melts and allows it to be molded. Nickel, it melts at a high point, but it still melts. Aluminum, that's how they make things. Aluminum, it melts at a high temperature, but eventually melts, right? It's one form and then it melts into a whole nother form. What I found out, there's levels of heat that people possess. Gold melts. Very valuable, but it melts. Are y'all with me? Now, it can be shaped into something else that's valuable, more valuable. Maybe a brick of gold, you shape it and turn to a gold chain, boom. It may have a more value when it's shaped and molded, but it still melts under pressure, under heat. So what I'm saying to you, what is your pressure level? See, most of y'all, your pressure level is so low. You like wood. As soon as you light that fire, you're melted. You're gone. Some people evaporate. They disintegrate. Where they at? Oh, a couple of people said no. They quit. Where they at? Okay, I ain't making no money. Okay, they quit. Why you ain't making no money? You ain't making no phone calls. Why? Because people say no, so I don't make no phone calls. You're not even heat resistant. You're heat attractive. You're heat receptive. Means you're not strong enough to withstand. Paper. Light a fire to it, gone. I guess paper and wood really the same thing. Plastic. Light a fire to it, melted, gone, right? Think about it. Some things like plastic. Y'all tell me, what happens when you burn plastic? Anybody want to come off camera, off mute? What happens when you burn plastic?
It
melts.
goes away.
It does what?
It melts slowly.
It melts.
It melts, but not only does it melt, but what does it do while it's melting?
Disintegrating.
Yeah, it dissipates. It goes away.
It shrinks.
It shrinks, but does it go away quietly?
Releasing a gas.
No,
It releases
it doesn't
a
go away
gas
quietly.
as well.
Andre, the
It's
engineer,
horrible.
talk to us. It does what?
It releases a gas. It's horrible.
It releases a gas that can be toxic.
Mhm.
Have you ever had somebody complain, oh, this ain't this and this ain't that? They don't just melt, they melt and become toxic like plastic. They don't just dissipate. They release a gas that's toxic to you. See, sometimes that low temperature things, they don't just go away. They burn and they leave a trail. They can harm you, take you out. You look at some of the leaders, and when you go to the conference, that's why some people say go to the conference, because it gives you an example. What does it take for you to win in business? Some people say, well, I don't gotta go, I don't need to rah, pep up, I don't need all that. You're a bull baloney full of crap. Sorry. I don't need that. But then why ain't you making deals? Why ain't you making a lot of money? It ain't the rich people say I don't need it. I was listening to my coach the other day. He said, man, the first training I went to, I spent $30,000 for the coaching. I didn't have $30,000. And somebody said, he said, it wasn't until later on in life that I realized everything has two sides. We typically look at the side, what does it cost me to do something? And he said, now as I'm older, I've learned to, what does it cost me not to do it? He said, now looking back, if I did not make that $30,000 investment, it would have cost me $50 million that I've made since that coaching. See, that class would have cost me $50 million. See, some of y'all don't know what the cost not to. What does it cost me? I can quit. What does it cost to go to the conference? What does it cost me to get on these morning calls? What does it cost? The question is, what does it cost you not to? The cost not to is typically so much greater than the cost it takes to do something. But here's the problem. The cost not to, you don't know for the most part, because it doesn't show up right now. The value might show up 3, 4, 5 years later. And typically the people can't see the value today. They damn sure can't see what the value is going to be 5 years from now. So you're letting people who undervalue something burn up like plastic and become toxic and start taking you out the game. How does it sound like this? Eric, well, my team don't do this. My team don't show up. My team don't do this. That's because you start to breathe in some of the toxic. It only takes one person sometimes. But depending on how strong you are. See, I'm freaking resilient. I'm not just resistant. Ain't nothing y'all can say to me that's going to stop me from showing up here tomorrow. Oh, what do you mean, Eric? I was here doing these calls during the toughest time in my daughter's life, which was one of the toughest time in my life. Still here doing these calls. I was here doing these calls during another toughest personal time. My father was in a hospital, doing the calls from the hospital, my father, as he passed away. I was here in the hospital with my mother before she passed away, still doing these calls. See, so many things came in my life, happened in my life, that I was still here doing this call. So I know I'm resilient. I'm not just resistant. I'm going to be here. I got so many people who quit. Oh, man, they did this. I got people write letters to the corporate office. Eric doing this, he doing this. Guess what? I'm still going to freaking be here. My question is, how resilient are you? Why? Because I know the cost not to. I can see what's going to 5 years from now. I can see it so freaking clear. I told you one day they're going to be writing books about us. Bam, they wrote books about us. Jamie's book is about our team. I said that 2 weeks into the business. 2 weeks in, no license. Nobody training me, coaching me in the US. I just knew. Why? Because I was able to, I look back on my life and seeing some of the stuff I've done, and it didn't equal up to what I got my hands on right now. I seen some of the stuff that I've done in the past and I didn't take advantage of it, and I see the cost. See, I can weigh the cost now because I missed some things. Anybody here ever missed some opportunities throughout their life? Like, I could have did this, could have been here. And I'm telling you, that hold on can either propel you or it can anchor you. See, some people are like, well, I tried something before, so I'm not good at this. I'm like, shucks, I tried something before and I missed out, and that opportunity made other people a lot of money. So this one got to make me a lot of money. Are y'all with me? So I look at it different. I don't look for ways out. I look for ways in. See, some of y'all are looking for the way out. Wait for somebody to say something wrong so you can justify. Oh, see, there you go. Oh, there it is. Somebody told me to stay off the couch. I'm gonna stay off the couch today. Right? But Dr. Meri, I can tell when she thinks she changed her mind, and she can't wait for somebody to agree to her side. See. I'm like, man, that was something we talked about 3 months ago. And somebody agreed. See, she bring up, see, told you. Because she's waiting for that one chance to stick it to you. See, I'm not looking. Some of y'all treat your business that way. You're looking for somebody to do something so you can blame somebody. Oh, Eric, oh, he dropped the BS bomb. Oh, man, I knew I couldn't come here. Knew I couldn't trust him. Oh, there you go, talking about his wife. Oh, I couldn't trust him. Knew he wasn't going to stay off that couch. I can't follow a guy who sleeps on a couch. See, some people looking for ways out. How resilient are you? Some of y'all got to work your way up to just being resistant. So when the heat comes, you don't burn. And as you go to these events, these conferences, you start to get a little bit more resistant. And then you start to become a little bit more resilient. And you start to get around people who are resilient. And that starts to build your resilience up in business. Now, some of y'all in other areas of your life, you're very resilient. But over here, you're not. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't transfer over. Every area of your life requires its own level of resilience. Are y'all with me? It requires its own level of resilience. When it comes to exercising and working out, I'm not very resilient. I don't know if I'm toxic like plastic, but I'm definitely not no chromium, no titanium. I'm not even steel. Are y'all with me? You put a little fire to me, my muscles get a little sore, I'm out. Don't take much to take me from stop working out. And I got a gym I paid downstairs almost $5,000 for. I don't use it. And Dr. Meri don't use it. I bought it for her. It was a good Christmas gift, but it makes for a good wall hanging. It's almost like a piece of art. I just decorate it around and make it a piece of art. Got that tonal, man, that thing's a piece of art. So hanging up on the wall, just looking good. So anyway, as I'm sleeping on the couch tonight, I'm realizing something. No, every area of your life requires its own level of resilience, ladies and gentlemen. That's why you plug into the calls, because every day you hear the success stories from somebody else. It builds your resilience up. You hear somebody saying, I'm going for it. It builds your resilience up. You hear Mo Money Mo saying, you know what? NLG has something where they can match it into the nonprofit up to 3%. Oh, so maybe some of y'all can go to these churches, which most of them operate as nonprofits. Say, Pastor, hey, can we do something and get the people? See, that's my brain is listening to. I'm building my resilience up. Are y'all with me? Ooh. And once you talk about business, then there's areas of resilience in your business. Recruiting, we're going to talk about this tomorrow. Customer acquisition, we're going to talk about this week. This week, we're going to talk about how do you build your resilience up when it comes to building a team. How do you build your resilience up when it comes to customer acquisition? See, there's 4 areas you need to build a business. You need customer acquisition, you need recruiting, you need team building, and then you need the admin. You might not have to be resilient in all areas. You might be able to have to put somebody in one of those areas, but you're going to have a resilience commitment to making sure all of these areas are satisfied. You don't have to be good at sales or recruiting, but you got to be freaking resilient and committed to rebuilding your business through recruiting and building your business through sales and making sure the admin is done. Are y'all with me? Don't have to be you, but you got to be so locked in that it happens. So tune in this week. Don't miss a day because it's going to be on. With that, back to you, Troy.
You're on mute, Troy. You're on mute.
Okay, okay. All right. Experts, you just got served. Again, a master class by one of the best in the business. So let's give an amazing, well-deserved round of applause for everybody's coach. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you know what time it is. Well, family, this brings us to the Annie Willie inspired recap relay of the day. And that means that we get a chance to reflect in 1 minute, the best, most inspirational nugget from this day's masterclass. And then I'll pass the baton on to the next business runner. So, as we get prepared for our first leg, waiting for somebody to come out of the blocks. And there we go. She is ready. She is in the blocks, and it is none other than Dr. Teresa O'Day. Boom!
Yes. We are here about people living too soon. That's just exactly what it is. Having the excuses, which should be the reason for doing this, as the reason to quit. And like you said, Eric, thank you so much for that. The cost of not plugging in, the cost of not going through the fire. Because when we go through the fire, that's when we get clean, polished, and fine in this business. So anybody not willing to, I just tell them, I'll show you how to resign. Okay. So that's just what it is. We got to keep coming here to refine and sharpen our swords, sharpen our knives, whatever, like you said, whether it's admin, whether it's recruiting, whatever it is, we got to do what we need to do to get that goal done. Thank you, Eric.
Ooh. Thank you, Dr. Teresa O'Day, for bringing it into the zone, talking about staying sharp. We thank you, Blade Runner. And now we have to hand out, ready to receive that baton, and that's none other than the storyteller, Mrs. Tawana Chisley.
Okay, Eric. First of all, I hope your sheets are comfortable for that couch today. By the way, secondly, this was really good. So I'm going to say I'm vibranium at this point in time of my life. It's really hit me when you said, what does it cost me to do it? And what does it cost me not to? For transparency, went in at one point to try to get a film done, put a lot of money into it, and ended up losing my house because of it. But it didn't stop me from still moving forward. To me, it was a blessing in disguise to leave all of that behind. And I do my best to make sure at this point in time that I make as many events here as possible. And it's not always easy. Yes, I could be bringing in some more money, but when I looked at all the when I did my taxes and saw how much I was actually shoveling out, I was like, okay, it's what needs to be done in order for me to get to the next level. So this was really good today. I hope those sheets are comfortable, Eric.
All right. Thank you. Blade Runner storyteller. And now we're going to pass the baton on to the man called Money, Stephen Short.
You know something, brother? Were you talking that? That one song in my mind all the time. Let's say, because I'll pay the cost and be the boss. Remember that James Brown song? Because what cost are you paying? What will you pay? That's the one thing that I was thinking. What would you pay? Is your pay only a quarter? Is it a dime? Is it $1? What is your cost? Because if you're paying something to go somewhere, you just ain't you ain't paying for that. You're paying for the experience. Because the experience is the most important thing. Then later in life, it could benefit you. If you look at everything, it's a reason for everything you do, and it's a reason for the benefit for everything and that you do. But it's up to you to look and see what is good, what the goodness of everything that you see. That's why you gotta say, baby, are you gonna pay the cost to be the boss? That's all I'm trying to say.
That's all we saying. Right as we bring it into the zone, and we thank you for that, Mr. Money. And we got the next Blade Runner on deck, and he's ready to roll. Hand out to Mr. Kamal Whitmore. Take that baton, it's yours.
Eric talked about people making excuses, and I love movie analogies. And one of my favorite movies is Bloodsport. And not to rehash the whole movie, but at the end of the movie, this guy, and it's a true story, he was fighting in the Kumite, which would be like the modern day UFC, but with no rules. You can actually get killed in it. And in the process of winning the championship, the title, the other guy cheated and he couldn't see. And he got frustrated because he was getting beat up because he couldn't see. That would have been excuse enough for him to quit. But he centered himself, and when he centered himself, in the midst of not being able to see, he realized something. That his master taught him how to fight without seeing. When you when you have an excuse and you think it's big enough to stop your business, understand that your master has taught you to fight without seeing. That's what we call faith. Thank you.
Yeah. Man, that's bringing the heat in there. They went in there smoking. More money, more. Can you keep it up? Can you keep it up? Let's go.
Man, I was channeling Coach Eric this morning because my first post of the day said, you can have results or you can have excuses, but not both. And so, when he started talking about your choice, your invoice, you can't keep making excuses. You have to just keep running. And even myself, I started a business. My first business failed. My second business failed. But entrepreneurship is not for the faint of heart. So we just got to keep it moving, keep pushing, keep believing, and then we'll see the results. Thank you.
Woo-hoo. Thank you, Blade Runner. I tell you, if this tennis shoes ain't smoking and burning, that's just like that plastic. You ain't running fast enough. Let's get it. Come on now. Now we're going to give it to Mr. Andre West so he can make sure his is doing just that.
Come on now. It's all about resilience. It's all about being able to take the heat, stay in the kitchen, jump in the pot, make it hot. Don't look for ways out. Look for ways in. Stop pointing the finger at everybody else and stop blaming. Don't blame. Take responsibility. Get hot. Let's go, everybody. Let's go.
Woo-hoo. You got the message. The rubber is smoking. And now we're going to pass it on, that baton, to none other than the professor himself.
I think your brother has his hand up. He's trying to wait too after Nicole.
Okay. Right. Who's that?
Candyman.
Oh, okay. Okay. I got you, cuz. Come on, Professor.
Good morning. Thank you, Eric, for sharing, excuse. That's what I've robbed a lot of people of their dream. And you talk about the resilient versus resistant. In the law of success, resilience is the highest level of the law in the law of success. And then when you look at the law of gravity, the highest law in the law of gravity is the law of lift that supersedes every law. That's why plane can fly in the air. And one of the reasons why people always stay resilient is belief. When their belief is high, it flies high, it keeps them high. And when the belief is high, it creates ownership. And when you own something, that's where you talk about being in the hospital, but you still hold the call because you know you own it. You're going through every situation, but you still hold the call. We're going through everything, but you still on the morning call. We're going through every note, but we still do the business. So we need to get to the point where belief become the highest level. And that is where no matter what anybody do, they can't pull you out of this. So thank you for sharing this great topic this morning. Back to you, Mr. Troy.
Thank you, Professor Cole Elijah Pye, for bringing it into the zone, always with some hot nuggets. And now we get to pass that baton right on to the assistant coach. Has told me that the Candy Man is ready to run. So let's get it. Come on in.
Grand Rising. I love the atmosphere when I tune in from minds that are striving. I just want to say that I know I'm working down at the ports, and me and my cuz talked about this. The way things and situations are with this tariffs and things like this, and just when I get these nuggets of what it costs, and I'm from the military, and I used to tell me my soldiers, what's the maximum range of excuse? Zero. And once again, you have people that will be in business association with you, and they can tell you 500 reasons why they can't do something. They can't tell you 2 reasons why they can. And I'm gonna hop on Miss Chelsea, like I'm on that aloe. I'm made of vibranium. I can stand the heat. Wakanda forever. Wakanda forever. But once again, I just want to say thank you, all of the participants, money, job. I listen to what things, and in my business, what I'm doing, like I told you, I do escorts, not stripper pole escorts. I do escorts into the port. And a lot of stuff is coming in. But once again, these tariffs are making dock workers, longshoremen, forklift drivers, they're starting to look at the need for an extension source of income. So I'm going to be doing the recruiting. And like I say, the voice of inspiration will be doing the moving. But once again, that's just how we do. But I just want to say thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you. That's some fire right there. That's some fire with
Call my name 5 times. I'm Candy Man, not Candy Man. You call Candy Man, I ain't got no word. You call me.
I know
I got you. All right.
That's candy with that's candy with a G. If it ain't good, it ain't me. That's right. You got it. Appreciate you, cuz. And with that,
much love.
We go all the way back, and we're gonna get a chance to turn it over. And just before we do so, we want to thank everybody for tuning in this morning on this morning's call. And before I return the mic back to everybody's coach, now that you have the answers as to how, let me ask the question. What's next?
Drill it till you kill it.
All right. Drill it till you kill it. You got it. And back to you, Coach Eric.
Woo! Just want to say thank y'all for everything. Let's go. Let's kill it. Let's drill it till you kill it. Tonight, X Games, we got 7 p.m. We got our team huddle tonight. Let's go. Got something for y'all tonight. It's going to be amazing. Let's see these numbers. The numbers are coming in. I can't tell you what's going on, but the X Games is on. People are doing some things in the X Games. Bam! Then you can turn the X Games into 3x5, just like that. Boom, 3x5. Y'all know what it is. We tell you, you can build a house with a 2x4, but you can build a business with a 3x5. So with that being said, there's a corporate call at 2:00. I was trying to check my notes and see it coming through. We want to make sure it's going to be happening. I think this week is Juan Jaime's does this Partners in Action.
Darren Golka is today.
Oh, Darren Golka. Ooh, newly crowned millionaire earner Darren Golka. Oh, I know he's going to bring the heat. Oh my goodness, that's my personal coach. Just crossed over $1 million in income, coming to bring the heat today at 2 p.m. Get the team on the call. Thank y'all for being here. Love each and every one of y'all. Keep your prayers up for our team members, Miss Rita, and a lot of other team members. We love y'all. Stay prayerful, stay diligent, and stay resilient. With that being said, DJ, you got some Take Me Home music?
Consistent and
don't be playing on Take Me to the King either. You gotta get me fired up, DJ. I gotta check you sometime.
Get your green sheets. Everybody, get your green sheets.